Hello and welcome back to the channel where we just want to learn, we want to grow and stitch our dreams one seam at a time. Today I just want to share something so super personal with you. A book that has truly changed the way I sew, the way I learn, and honestly, the way I feel about my entire sewing journey. Probably the book that helped me the most build who I am today. So let's be real, sewing isn't always sunshine, finished dresses, amazing fit, and happy customers. No, it's not. Sometimes it's broken needles, lots of tangled thread, lots of sweat, lots of cursing, and feeling very, very overwhelmed. But with Sewing Book by Alison Smith, I felt like someone was finally guiding me, patiently holding my hand page by page. And I want to tell you why this book might be just your best sewing teacher as well. So stick around because by the end of this video, I will walk you through how to actually use this book or how I actually use this book to transform my sewing journey. So let's get into it. You know the moment where you finally understand what grain line means? Or when a zipper finally goes in straight and smooth for the first time? Yes, for me that moment happened with this book open by the side of my sewing machine. So Alison Smith didn't just explain things my way, which is kind of the dummy way, no confusion, just calm structure, visual teaching. And the best part is you can easily flip through pages and keep going and redoing. I discovered this book fairly early in my journey. It's probably the best thing that I've ever purchased in my entire 51 years of life. So what is the Sewing Book? It's a comprehensive visual sewing guide by Alison Smith. She's a master tailor, she's a teacher, she's an author, and this book is often described as the Bible of sewing for so many good reasons. So just for you to know as a summary, it actually covers essential tools and how to use them, types of fabrics and how they behave, machine and hand stitches, seams types and finishes, garment construction from start to finish, techniques like zippers, pleats, collars, and even tailoring. So truly it's really not just for beginners, it's for anyone who wants to understand why things work the way they do and not just follow a pattern blindly. So then who should use this book, you wonder? If you are brand new to sewing, this is your absolutely beginner's classroom. If you've been sewing for a while, this is your reference library. If you're self-taught like I am, this is your mentor right in your room, right in your house, sitting on your shelf. So honestly, it doesn't matter where you are at. If you are someone who learns best visually, who wants step-by-step structure, who's not really that easy into learning brand new things, or who just gets stuck on sewing terms and finishes, this book, I think, was written for you. So how this book helped me? Let me tell you something a little vulnerable. When I first started sewing, I quit probably about 100 times in 100 days. I couldn't read patterns. My seams were so bloody crooked. My clothes didn't fit. And I made mistakes after mistakes every single day. I cannot even tell you the amount of fabric I've actually wasted. So I felt stupid almost every single day because I wasn't sure if this is for me. I didn't even know whether this is going to turn into a hobby, if it's going to be a passion, if it's going to be something that I'm going to pursue professionally. I really didn't know, but I just felt like it's my job to keep learning. I knew that I want to somehow become independent, get away from the 9 to 5, and I thought that sewing is the best thing that I would be mostly open to learn. And YouTube helped as well, but it was all scattered at the time when I started. YouTube wasn't then, back in early 2000, what it is today. So I didn't know what to learn first, obviously. So I didn't understand the sequence of the skills. I didn't understand what tools I need, barely had any idea. So then I found the Sewing Book, and it was like a course in a book, a course that I didn't have to get dressed and jump into my car and drive to, that I could go chapter by chapter in my own speed, in my own pace, and build the confidence that I needed and see every technique with photos that made sense to me. So it did help me tremendously. Firstly, understand why my garments weren't sitting right, choose the right interfacing, and finally conquer buttonholes. And sew with intention, not just hope. You don't want to just keep hoping when you put seams together, when you put fabric together. You do not want to hope for the best. You actually want to be intentional. You want to create good garments. You want to create something for yourself or for your customer, or make some amends if you truly want to go into doing alterations, whatever that may be. You sew with intention, not with hope. Using this book effectively, probably I would suggest using it this way. Don't treat it like a novel. Flip through section you need right now. Working on a collar, go to that section. You need to insert a zip. There is a whole page for that. Don't just sit and read this book in one go and expect by the end of this to be able to sew perfectly. It's impossible. So this is not a novel. This is instruction book, step by step, for pretty much anyone who's interested in sewing. So that's why use every chapter and apply the technique to when you need it. Use sticky notes as I do as well. Put bookmarks, anything that helps you with the ones that you use the most. Mark the techniques you struggle with as well, so you can revise them every time you sew. And I've also learned over the years that repetition builds confidence. Pair it with practice. Don't just read, apply it. Take scrap of fabrics and try a new seam finish or zipper every single week. And I think this is truly the way you're going to build that confidence that you need to move the needle forward. And also create a skill checklist. Use the book like a curriculum and learn a technique at a time. I want to talk to the version of you who's ready to give up. Are you there yet? You will make so many mistakes. You will sew sleeves inside out. I did. Or forget seam allowance. I did. You will waste so much fabric. Again, I did. You will cry. I have. But you are not alone. Every time I made a mistake, I turned back to this book and I started fresh. Made myself a brand new cup of coffee, maybe just gave it another day so I'm not overwhelmed and stressed. I learned, I grew, and over time I made fewer mistakes. And by the way, more beautiful things for myself. You will get there. And with the right guide beside you, like my suggestion, Alison Smith's sewing book, you won't be walking this journey alone. If you're learning to sew or you are trying to get better, I highly recommend getting your hands on the sewing book. It's not that great of an investment. I think right now on Amazon goes for about maybe $30 to $50, but in the end of the day, it's going to pay back with every skill you're going to master. Also, I've linked it below, along with some of my favorite beginner tools and fabrics to practice with. And subscribe for more sewing tutorials, bonus chats about the creative journey, and weekly inspiration or bi-weekly. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. And let me know in the comments what's been your biggest sewing struggle. Let's support each other. I think it's so important to give each other that little boost when we need. And remember, every great seamstress started with a crooked seam.